Okay, we want to look into saving our project level spec group back to the template level or the library level. So here we already have the advanced project set up. Bunch of spec groups. I had already played around with this and made some copies. These were the two originals, and then I made a copy of them at the library level. And then when I started the new project, I made copies at the project level just to see what happens. So I believe I took the frameless default, and if we look at the global variables, I have already changed, will change, make that 72, okay. Then we will go to the material files, we'll make some changes here. Right, so now this one's still intact, because I had changed, let's change it to 0.25 glass. Okay, and the solid stock, that's good. Buyout, edge band library, here we go. PVC wide, let's make that maple veneer. And hardware parts, let's pick something here, just call it carving grapes. Doesn't matter, we're just so we have something to look at later. Okay, then the door wizard, we make a change here. Let's change that to Walt's Craft. Okay, so now we've changed the component files in this particular spec group, and we want to save those back to the template. See, specification group to template. This is build 180, so it's a little different than yours. If yours is way different, it'd be a good idea to probably get a hold of tech support and make sure that everything's going to happen the same way. So I didn't do anything with the Project Wizard because this is an older library, and for some reason there are no Project Wizard templates or something. So this is a library I don't use, so that's why I'm using it to play around. Alright, so we want to save this to the template. Global variables. Enter a new specification group name. We'll call it okay. We'll save this one, cut parts file, cut files, record to the template. Okay, so now this one already exists. Because I've been doing this a little bit earlier. But I don't want to overwrite anything. Whenever I have an option, I don't overwrite. So we're going to say no, and it'll give us that window again. We'll give it a name. Okay. Alright, and I'll just do the rest of these. Edge band file, same thing. Again for the hardware. And one more. Okay. So now say OK. If we go back to the advanced library setup, here are the what I had set up earlier. So we take the frameless default, let's copy it, and this time we're going to call this right, so spec group from the project level components. Sets it up. Now you see down here are the component files that are making up that spec group. For instance, if we go here, you'll see I've customized ones that I put into this spec group. So now it's just a matter of changing the various components. So we want to change this, then we get this window, and we'll take the project level ones. Parts record. Okay. Edge band record. So what happens when you're saving those files back to the template? And I wasn't sure of this yesterday, but when you save them back to the template, it's just saving them as components, and it's not actually. I was afraid that it was sticking them into existing spec groups, but if you choose that latter option where it doesn't overwrite, it's just saving them essentially as files that you can pick and choose, like we're doing here. And now that's made. Okay. So now when you make a new project, oops. Okay. And this is all that business of all those spec groups being loaded and copied, and so the more spec groups, seems the more time it takes. I'm just going to say save and close. I don't need to worry about that. Start a new room. Just give it room 1. Okay. Now when we go to draw new product, it comes up, and there's our new specification group that we made by taking the project level components, saving them back to the template, and making a new, entirely new spec group from it. And that should do it. So, hopefully it'll work for you, but again, this is a different build, so you'd probably be best off to double check with tech support that clicking those check boxes and saving them back to the template does essentially the same thing that we did here. Good luck.